Yeah, thank you so much. This is the part 3 of the topic Tithing Explained. In the part 2, towards the end of it, I did a mathematical representation of the entire tithing system, in which the priest is to receive 1.2 in total of the tithes of the 12 tribes given to them. And from the 1.2, by calculation, a tenth of 12 is 1.2. And by calculation, that 1.2, they are to offer a tenth of it, which is 0.12, thereabout. That's 0.12. They are to offer it to Yahweh, and they are to be left with 1.08. While the Israelites, each tribe of the 12 tribes, are to be left with 0.9 of what they have. By this mathematical representation, I said in that part 2, that it was an even distribution. The essence of the tithing system was an even distribution of resources among everyone, so that there will be no one lacking. So that the Levites will not say, because they are now serving in the temple, they do not have among themselves. Even distribution. That has been the intent of tithing, the Levitical tithing system. Note also, the tribe of Levi is the one to receive tithes. Dear pastor, dear church leaders, the question is, are you from the Levitical tribe? Is that your bloodline? No. It's not your bloodline. You are not a Levite. Levi is the 4th son of Jacob. You are not a Levite. The Levitical priesthood is no more, because the children of Israel has been scattered all over the world. We cannot even, except by DNA, that's when we can identify who and who is from that tribe. And it was a carnal commandment to minister to their flesh, like we saw earlier. The priesthood is now of Melchizedek order. Stop lying on tithing. Stop cajoling people on tithing. Let's move on. In Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 6, and also in verse 11, the children of Israel shall bring all the offerings, including tithe, to a place which Yahweh shall cause his name to dwell. You will eat the tithe and other offerings in that place, not within your gate. Verse 17 says, you are to eat it in that place, not within your gate. The tithe is not money, but products of farms and animals. Deuteronomy 14:22. The Israelites are to tithe their increase of the seed of their feed yearly, not monthly. Verse 23. You are to eat it in the place Yahweh has chosen. The tithe of corn, the tithe of oil, the tithe of firstling of the heads and flocks, not money. In Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 28, there is the tithe of 3 years, and this one is within your gates, to be eaten by the Levite, the stranger, the widow, and fatherless. Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 12 also states it. In 2 Chronicles chapter 31, verse 5, verse 6, and 12, the children of Israel and Judah obeyed the law of tithes and brought it to Kononia, the Levite. They brought it to Kononia, the Levite. Scripture specifically mentioned that Kononia was a Levite. And Shimei, his brother, pastor, church leaders, are you a Levite or a brother of a Levite? Even in the days of Nehemiah, after the destruction of the temple, the tithes law continued. The Israelites gave tithes to the Levites. Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 37 to 38. Nehemiah chapter 12, verse 44. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 5 and 12. In Amos chapter 4, verse 4, Amos talk about 3 years tithe. So there's a 3-year tithe, there's a yearly tithe, there's a 3 years tithe. The yearly tithe is to be eaten outside your gate in a chosen place that Yahweh has commanded. The 3 years tithe is to be eaten within your gates, and you are to invite the Levite because they have no inheritance, the widows, the fatherless, the strangers. Move on. Let's move on. Most preachers would quote Malachi chapter 3, verse 8. But verse 9, they will jump it and go to verse 10 to shame people to tithe. Let us read it. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8. Will a man rob Allahim? Yet you are robbing me. But you said, in what way have we robbed you? In the tithe and offering. Let's read verse 9. You have cursed me with a curse, for you are robbing me. This nation, all of it. You are not only robbing Yahweh, you are also robbing the nations. All of the nations. Verse 10. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, and let there be food in my house. And please prove me in this, said Yahweh of hosts, whether I do not open for you the windows of the Shammai, that's 7, and shall pour out for you boundless blessings, barakah, blessings. This message of Malachi actually started from Malachi chapter 2, verse 1. And it was to the priests, the Levite, who were not doing as it was commanded in regard to the offerings and tithes, not even taking them to the storehouse, which was the treasury house. And Yahweh sent his prophet to the priests that they were robbing him and the nation. They were robbing Yahweh and the nation, Malachi 3 verse 9. But if you read from Malachi chapter 2 verse 1, it says, this commandment is for you, O ye priests. The Levite had a command that when they receive the tithe, they are to also offer their tithe. And there's a manner and way in which they are to conduct themselves in receiving this tithe. But they were no more doing it. So Yahweh had to send prophet Malachi to them. And he started by Malachi 2:1. Before he now got to Malachi 3, 8, 9,